This conference will now be recorded.
Today I'm going to take about the ETL tool, the tool name called Talent. Okay, it's one of the ETL tool. It's going to extract and then transform, finally going to load into the database. Why I taking today in the sense, because you people are working with the less amount of data. Whenever you're creating a table, what you will do, you will try to insert the records, 2 or 3 records you will insert, and then you will try to query the data. Hereafter, I should not see anybody using some websites for querying. Okay, for writing SQL queries, you should not any websites. You should use only the Oracle SQL Developer IDE. Okay. Before that, what you have to do, I will give some sample data sets to you. It contains like 8 million records or 8 lakh records. Okay, you can load into database. Then you can play with the data. I'm not going to say about the entire stuffs. Okay, today I'm going to see only the how to load it data from the data is in file. From file you have to load in database, and then from if the data is in database you can unload it and then you can send a extract to the downstream systems. Okay, this is the actual thing we're going to do. In the ETL tool, we have different kinds of ETL tools we have. The first thing is Informatica. Okay, everywhere you go, you can see Informatica. Okay. The second thing, there are so many tools, is there IBM Data Stage, and then third thing is Ab Initio. Fourth one is Talent, and then fifth one is Pentaho. These kind of ETL tools are available in market. Okay. Talent is one of the good tool, but the requirements is less. Requirement is less in the sense market. For example, Informatica, if you get 100 requirements, means Talent will get only 10 requirements. But for Talent, they will pay more. They'll pay more. If you talk about Informatica, they won't pay much because there are so many people are working in Informatica. That's why I'm saying try to work on Talent. It's only like a drag and drop tool. Okay. If you are good in SQL queries as well as store procedures, functions, triggers, then you can play with the Talent. Just you have to apply the logic and then you have to drag and drop the components. That's it we have to do. Here, what I'm trying to say, Talent is one of the ETL tool. It's mostly for data integration. Data integration in the sense, 1 minute. Minute. Okay. Now I'm going to show, yeah. I can take this example. Yeah, here you can able to see these are the source systems. Okay, here you can get CRM, customer relationship management data are there. Okay, it's in database. It is in database. Spreadsheet is in Excel files. Okay, and then the source can be files or it can be database. What you have to do using some ETL tools, some Talent or Informatica or IBM Data Stage or Pentaho or Ab Initio, you can extract the data from the database and then you can put into the staging layer as a files. You can put. Okay, once it comes to the landing area of staging, what you can do again, you can use Talent. You can read the data from the staging area. You can do all kind of transformations and finally load into the EDW. EDW means Enterprise Data Warehouse. You can load into the EDW. See, in the intermediate, what we are trying to do here, right? We are trying to extract the data from various sources and then put it in the staging area. After putting into staging areas of files, again you're using talent tool, you're doing all kind of transformation, and finally you're loading into the data warehouse. And then we are splitting small chunks in terms of data marts, data mart 1, data mart 2, and data mart 3. For this extraction and then loading, we're going to use ETL tools. Okay. If you come to the development, I will going to explain that will be 3 months of time will be there. I'm going to explain component by component. I'm going to explain. Okay. Though it's a 1 hour section, I'm going to explain how to load your data into the database, how to unload your data from the database. Because I've seen so many people right now working, just creating a table and then inserting 3 to 4 records and then trying to query the data. Then you won't face that much challenges. Like Nancy, currently how much records you are playing with? Or how many records you are playing, data you are playing with currently?
10 only, sir.
25 records, right?
In the project you're asking?
Yeah. I'm not asking a project. I am asking currently you're learning some ETL testing course, right? In
Yeah,
the detail
actually, we are using only W3 schools.
See, after don't use any W3 schools, then you won't face that much challenges, because if you use Oracle, you will get some error. Okay, like a WORA error will get WORA 2153. In interviews, some point of time they will ask, what is the WORA 2153 error code? Then you have kind of question. That's why year after I will say Bala as well. Don't try to use any W3 schools as well. Okay, try to use only Oracle. Our focus is to learn only Oracle as well as Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, try to work on IDE part. That's why I kept the class today. Okay, because you should not go for any time. Because why you are going for W3 schools? Because already the database is there. You are trying to explore the same database, right? If you have the data, then why you need to go to W3 schools? If you have the data, then why you want to go to W3 schools? Because the data is already having W3 schools. That's why people's going there and then trying to query the data. W3 schools, they built the database as a MySQL database. MySQL database, no one is using MySQL database currently. Everyone using Teradata, Oracle, and then they're using some Microsoft SQL servers, and then we can say Green Plum database. Okay, and then Green Plum, Snowflake, these kind of database are using in the real-time market. No one is using MySQL. Don't use the W3 schools. Just go and refer, but don't use that databases. Okay. Now, Nancy, now you came to know where you're using some ETL tools. For extraction, we're using some ETL tools. And then once the data comes in staging area, again for transformation purpose, again using ETL tool, and then finally loading into the EDW, Enterprise Data Warehouse. I'm not going to say full theory because it's 1 hour is not sufficient for the demo. Okay. If you come to the development side, right, then I'll give then I'll have sufficient time. Then I'll explain the components one by one. What we have to do. Already I've given the software to you. Just go to E drive. In that you can see Talent 7.3. In that you can see TOS. TOS stands for Talent Open Studio. Talent is open source. That's why they mentioned as TOS, Talent Open Studio. But in interview, you didn't ask which ETL tool you work means. You have to say TS, Talent Studio. Don't say TOS in interview, because they will think you don't have experience in talent, because in real time companies will use only the licensed product. The licensed product, they won't use Talent Open Studio. They just use only the Talent Studio. In the interview, if they ask, you have to say Talent Studio. Don't say Talent Open Studio. And then DA stands for data integration. Now click here. There will be one icon will be there, application icon. This for running in Windows. This for running in Windows. This for running in Linux. Okay. This for running in Linux. This for running in Mac. It supports 3 environments. One is Windows and Linux, and Mac will support. Now, though it's a Windows environment, you can use TOS. Sushma, you should not say an interview Talent Open Studio. You have to say Talent Studio.
Sure.
I'm not able to get. Okay, once you open to that application, it will come like this. Okay, what you have to do, I'm going to design a job to load your data into the database. Load your data into the database. Just assume that your files is in staging. Your files is in staging. In staging, you have some raw data. That raw data you're going to load into the one database. That simple thing we're going to see today. In the left hand side, we can see one repository will be there. In the repository, job designs will be there. Just expand its job designs. Right click, create folder. Going to give the folder name as any name you can give. You can give any name. Okay, it's up to you.
Rajesh, sorry to interrupt. How we can do this? I mean, the talent you have given us the talent URL that we have installed. Under that we need to go, or you will provide the data.
Yeah. I will provide the sample files as well as talent 7.3 version link as well. Okay, you can download from the link and then you will get this kind of folder. You can able to see, right? You get this kind of folder.
Yes.
In interview, you should not say Talent Open Studio. You have to say only Talent Studio. Talent Studio is a licensed version. Talent Open Studio is a free version. Okay, it's open source. Now, once you folder, you can see one icon here, right? This blue color. You can able to see my mouse pointer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If you double click this, it will open like this. Okay. In the left hand side, you can see one repository will be there. Sushma, I'm not going to say the entire thing in the 1 hour. Okay, just to think like I'm going to show a small demo to you, because for testing you should play with a huge amount of data. That's my intention. You should not go and refer W3 schools or some other websites. You should not go and refer. Every time you should refer only your Oracle database. You should only work in the SQL developer IDE. Okay. Now expand the job designs. Make it expand the job designs. Right click and make it mute. No, make it mute. Yeah. Sushma, make it mute. Yeah. Yeah. In the job designs, right click. What you have to do, first get a folder. Charan, can you able to understand, right?
Yes. Yes. I'm going on. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Right click the job design and create a folder. Okay. You can give any name. Okay. I'm going to put the folder name as loading staging to EDW. Staging to EDW. EDW means enterprise data warehouse. Just click on finish. Now you will get a folder. Nancy, got the folder, right?
Yes.
We got the folder. Just right click in that, create job will be there. Create job. Just click on create job. In the job, you can give any name, but what I'm going to do give here, right? Whenever you're creating some new jobs, you have to start with job underscore. It's a default convention in the real time. Whenever creating a new design, what you have, the convention should be job underscore. I can give any name. Staging underscore. Sorry, staging underscore EDW. Nancy, do you know what I'm trying to do? The files is in staging area. I'm going to read all the files and then I'm going to load into the EDW.
Database.
Yeah, enterprise data warehouse I'm going to load. Okay, just click on finish. Now, once you click, the GUI window will open. Graphical user interface window will open. Okay, it will take some time because this talent needs some minimum 8 GB of RAM. Less than 8 GB of RAM, it won't work. Okay, now you can see that you can see the one graphical user interface window you can able to see, right? Now, what you have to do, once the window comes, first you have to click on the metadata. Before going to metadata, I want to say what is metadata. Metadata means it will tell where the file location is, what are the column names, what are the column types, what is a header, what is a footer. All kind of informations will be stored in the metadata. where the file name is, where the file location, and then what kind of data type it holds, what are the column names. Column names in the sense, what data types means, like it's a string data type or integer data type or list data type. These kinds of what are the data types, and what are the column names, and what is header, what is the footer. All kind of informations will be stored in the metadata. Now, before going to my design, I'm going to show my sample data because the file is sitting in the staging area. Just assume my file is sitting in staging area. I'm going to show my file. My file is sitting in ETL underscore data files. Yeah. Now, can able to see. I'll open in Notepad++. Then it's very easy to see. Nothing to worry. Okay, like once you cover testing, right, then you will come to development. Then I will explain very clearly, like what you are trying to do. Okay, just for working with more records, I'm taking the class. I'm going to open and edit Notepad++. You can able to see the data. Sushma, what are the columns are available now?
Employee ID, first name, last name, name,
Last
email, phone number.
name, email, phone number, everything. I am saying
Yes.
this is going to the header. This is going to be the
Header.
Header. Okay. The remaining all will be I think as a footer.
Okay.
I'm saying the header. This is going to the body of the data. The last I'll say that's going to be the footer. Now this is a header. This is going to all the data. Now what we're going to do, Nancy, assume that this file is sitting in staging area. One of the server, one of the Linux server. This file it is. I want to read the file. I want to load into the data warehouse. In data warehouse, what will happen, right? All history will be there. Same thing, raw data can also be there. If the data is already transformed, the data is very cleaned, then you can take the raw data from the source and then you can put into the data warehouse also. Okay, now think this data is very clean, no transformation is required for this data. I want to read the data from the staging area and then want to put into the data warehouse. Now I'm going to take this file, sample data. For this, what you have to do, first go here. Just go to the, before going to that, I want to ask Nancy, what is the delimiter of the file? Comma delimiter. What kind of file extension it is? It's a text file or CSV file, because all that files, okay? It's a CSV file or text file or DAT file. What kind of file it is?
TXT.
Text file, because sample data.txt is it's one kind of flat files. Okay, it's one kind of flat files. Now what you want to do, this is a delimited file. As already Nancy said, it's comma delimited. You have to choose which one you have to choose. Out of these three things, which one you have to choose? We have to choose file delimited. Okay, first right click and then create one folder. What name you can give, Nancy, here? We can give folder name as custom. Otherwise, you can give the folder name as CRM. CRM means customer relationship management data. Just click on finish. Now you expand this file delimited. Already created one folder. Right click the folder. Okay. Now click on the create file delimited. In that, what name you can give? We can give some name called customer underscore. You can give any name. Okay. Customer underscore dat. You might have a question, why this warning is coming? If we fill the purpose and description, this warning symbol will go. I am printing something. Okay, you can see here. Now the warning is went, right? It's not mandatory one. The purpose and description not mandatory one. Okay, just put the name and then click on next. Now Nancy will say, Nancy, like I want to choose a file. I want to choose a file whichever is sitting in the staging area. Click on browse, go to my E drive, detail data, practice files. No, because you can see here what pattern it is. File mask. This is going to file mask. File mask means .csv file mask. Okay, I need txt file. Then I have to choose file mask as asterisk txt. Now I'm going to say it's a file mask. We want to search for a txt file. Now search for sample data. Sample data. It's my file. Just click on open. Now the entire file has been. I'm doing the metadata scanning of the file. If I doing metadata scanning of the file, the metadata holds where the file location is, what's the column name of the file, what's the length of each column, okay, what's the data type of each column. All kind of informations will be stored in the metadata. That's why I using metadata component. Under the metadata component, I using file delimited. Now going to give next. Like Nancy will say, what kind of delimiter it is? Field separator, comma separator. You have to choose comma separator. You have to choose. Okay. Now, okay, 1 minute. Yeah, it's comma delimiter. Yeah. Okay, 1 minute. Preview. You can go to the preview. Yeah. Now that file contains header or not? This file is having header or only the body of the data?
It contains header.
Header also, the file contains header. Okay, now what you have to choose in that one option is there, set heading versus column names. Click this thing, automatically header 1 will be there. If it 1 is coming here means automatically this employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone number, hire date, job ID will come as a column names. Previously column names was column 0, column 1, column 2, column 3. But I need this employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone number is the column names. That's why I choosing 1 as header. Now, if I give refresh preview, what will happen? Which one is column name now?
Employee ID.
Employee ID, first name, last name. That's why I'm giving header of 1. If I need the second row's column name, what I have to give here?
2.
If I need a second record as column name, what parameter I have to pass over here? 2 I have to pass. 2, and then you have to give the refresh preview. You can see this is going to 128 Stephen marked as a corner. This is not meaningful. Okay. This is not meaningful. That's why I want to choose 1 and refresh preview. Okay, now you can see the sample data. Okay, this is going to sample data. You can see. Then you click on next. Nancy, if you want to skip empty rows, you can choose this option.
Okay.
And then if you want to limit the records, I need only 5 records from the source file. Can limit over here. If I need only 5 records, you can limit over here. Everything we can do in the metadata scanning. Now you understood what is metadata. Metadata means where the file location is, what's the column name, what's the length of the column, what's the data type of the column. Okay, like how much amount of information holds, how many records it contains, all kind of information will be stored in the metadata. Okay, that's why using metadata. Now click on next. You can see. Now what you can able to see? It's a metadata. You can see all the things because this metadata will scan your files. And then it will see if the employee contains number. It will assign automatically integer. If the first name contains string, because previously you can able to see, you can show the information back. First name contains only strings informations, lots of string information. Automatically it will scan, and then it assign like your what data type it belongs to. These data types belongs to ETL tools. Don't think this data type belongs to your Oracle database. It's not Oracle data types. It's a talent tool data types. Whenever you extract data, you will look like this. See, if you want to change integer to string, you can change. Now see, and change the employee string, right? You can change integer also. Okay, you can do all kind of. You can do changes data type also. If it's Boolean, you can give Boolean. If it is date, you can give date. date column. Okay, it's automatically scanned, nothing to change. Okay, now what you have to do, you can increase the length also. Now this question is for Sushma.
Yeah, Rajesh.
The question is for you. Now, employee, what's the employee length? What's the employee length?
3.
3. Now, second day.
Sorry.
Saying, wait. Employee length you defined as?
3.
Length you defined? 3.
3.
3. First day, you getting the employee ID as 101.
Yes.
It will be loaded from staging to data warehouse. Next day,
Yeah.
I'm saying second day getting this value.
Mhm.
Whether this data will load in database or not. That's my question.
It will load it cause as per my understanding, talent length is not a fixed. It's upgraded according to the requirement.
No. See, that's what you want to understand. First, you are doing some metadata scanning. Okay, metadata scanning means it's see the which one is having the maximum length it will take. Okay, it
Okay.
won't stay, it won't vary and all. Okay, what you have to do, you have to talk to your architect or source team. You have to get the
Mhm.
mapping document. You have to get mapping document. In that mapping document, the source team will give the length for you. For employee ID,
Okay.
then max length will be 3. You have to take from them, and then you can increase the length also.
Okay, but if
Yeah,
the length is 3 and by mistake, suppose that in file we are getting the employee length 4 digit, then it won't come, right? The job will fail.
yeah. That's what my
It
question.
will take. Okay.
Yes, second day you're getting the like 4 length you're getting. What will happen, right? This record will be
It will
skipped.
take only 3.
No. This record will be
Yes.
skipped. This record is
Okay,
skipped.
it will be failed
This
due
is
to
skipped.
size issue, length size
Yeah,
issue.
due to the size issue, the entire record, that one record will be skipped. Skipped means it won't load into the data warehouse.
Okay.
Okay, right?
The job
That's,
will run, but job
yeah,
will not fail, but the record will be skipped.
yeah, the record will be skipped. Yeah.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say here is just get the ETL mapping document from the source team. If your business analyst is there, you can get from business analyst. Otherwise, you can talk to your architect, and then you want to get the design document. Okay, mapping ETL mapping document. From the ETL mapping document, they'll give the column names, and then what's the length of the maximum length of the column. You can specify all the things over here. Manually, you can able to change. Now, what I did, I given 200 also. Okay, like up to 1,000 you can give. Now, just click on finish. Now, what's my folder name? Sushma, what's my folder name?
CRM.
CRM means customer relation management data. Customer management
Under
data
this,
means
yeah, under this
customer
we
information
create
will be
one
there.
file, customer data,
It's a delimited file. It's a delimited
delimited
file.
file. Okay.
Now, just click
Okay.
expand this. Just expand
So
this.
one doubt,
Yeah.
actually we are the record gets skipped and it's not loaded. So after that we will go and we will see the record and we will just process that employee ID to number, change it as a 4 and we will process it or what.
Yeah, what you have to do. Okay, Nancy, as of now, I'm not going to say anything. Once you
Okay, okay.
count,
Okay.
right, I'm going
So
to say everything. Wait. I say some information to you. There will be in talent one option will be there. Whichever valid record will be, it will load into the data warehouse. Whatever the error record length is not matching, right? That will come to the skip. One
Okay.
option will be the skip records. You have to take the cards and put in one file, and then you have to move to the ESG person. Source team ESG person will be there. Support person. You have to say today this much files are invalid records I got because the maximum length should be 3, but it's crossing more than 3. Okay, the rejected
Okay.
records file, and then you have to drop a mail to the ESG person, and then you on the side by side you have to report in the Jira as well. You have to assign the ESG person, and then you have to do all kind of stuffs. Okay. Now, click on the metadata. Okay. Now you can see all the informations, column names. Okay. And then if it is a key, primary key, can choose this key. Now I'm going to choose this as a key because this employee ID going to be the unique one, right? Did you agree or not, Charan? Employee ID is going to be the unique key for employees,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm choosing this as a primary key. If you choose this thing, you can see there's some key symbol over here. Okay, just click on
Yeah.
finish. Whenever you're doing some update or delete, then you are then that table should contains primary key. Okay, if you are doing some update or delete for inserting, no need of any primary key. Okay, if you are doing some update delete, primary key should be there. As of now, employee is a primary key. Just click on finish. Yeah, just click on OK. Now what you have to do? Just nothing. Just drag this file to the GUI. Now it will show some list of components. The component name is T file input delimited. T stands for talent. Small t stands for talent. It's a file input delimited because you are going to read the file from the staging area. File from the staging area. That's why it's showing T file input delimited. Just click on OK. Just click on OK. Now, once again. Now, yeah, you might think like I want to see all the records. That's one component called T-log. Okay, T-log, you can see all the records in the console. You can see all the records in the console, but it won't load into any database. Keep in mind, you can see all the records in the console for your reference. Developer will use this component for to print the information in the console. Console means I'm going to run this thing now. You can see all the informations in the see, right? Nancy, you can see, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can able to see the informations, but developer mostly they use a T-log component. I'll say one by one. I just skip this few things. Okay, wait. I'll say one by one. What you have to do, one component called T-log component will be there. Okay, you have to place a component like this, and then you can take the component from the palette window. In the left hand side, sorry, in the right hand side, you can see one thing called palette. For taking components, we can use this palette. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use T-log row here and then put on enter. You can able to see T-log row coming in which component, coming in which family. It's coming in which family.
Log and error.
Log and error.
Log and errors family. It's coming from the log and errors component family. You can take the T-log row from here and then you can track like this. If you are an experienced guy, if you're a very experienced guy, no need to start palette. You can double click and then you can type it directly. But I won't say the shortcut to you because you want to know what kind of family it belongs to. Then if you search here, then only you will know what kind of family it belongs to. You are taking from the log and error, you're dragging from the T-log row. If you are directly typing like this, you don't know. But you can see here, it's coming from the hyphen log and error family, you know. But if you are very well-versed experience, then you can use this approach. Otherwise, you can use a T-log component and hit enter. Up to this, any doubts you have? Up to this, any doubts you have?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nothing. Right click here, just click the component and right click, go to row and then main. You might have a question. Why are you choosing row and main? What this row component will do, it will iterate the record. It will iterate the record in the sense, not will iterate one by one record. It will take batch of records. I will give you some example. For example, 10,000 records is there. Okay. Depends on your RAM capacity. What will happen, right? It will work like a batch processing. It will take 500 records. Then load into the DB. Then again it will take 500 and then loading. Loading means just like inserting. That's it. Inserting. That's it. Loading means just like inserting. Okay. Again we'll take 500 records. Okay. Like the row component will take the take like a batch of records, 500 records, and then it will load into the database into the main component. The main component, nothing but this is going to be the output is going to the input of the next component. That's why I'm calling it the main component. See, it will go into row. It's going to take a batch of records, and then this is going to the main component. This output is going to the main component. That's why it's using a row as well as main. Now, what you have to do? Click on this. Click on the mode. What form mode you have to choose? Table format you want to view the data. Okay. Just if you want to run the job, what you have to do? There will be below. You can see an option clear, and then run you can give. You can see all the data. If you double click here, right, you can see all the data. What are the data here? You can able to see. Okay. You can see employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone numbers, and then hire date, job ID, everything you can see. Now, what I'm trying to say here is, now in the console you've seen all the data. This data should be loaded in database. Now, I'm going to give one heading. Okay, what heading in the sense? 1 minute. Yeah, double click here and give some color. Give any colors. Where you want to click here, right? You have to click here. It should come like a rectangular box. Give any colors. I'm going to give this color. You can give some title. I'm going to give the title as staging. Now you can see the title over here. You can see the title over here. If you double click, then you can see all the informations. If you click on edit schema, there will view schema will be there. You can see while doing metadata scanning of file, you given this kind of informations. Okay, all schemas you can able to see over here. What's the data type? What's the primary key? What's the length? What's the precision? You can able to see. Now, finally, what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do in the sense, I want to load into the database. You guys having MySQL as well as Oracle database, right? MySQL as well as Oracle database. For your understanding, what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to do one thing. Just expand the metadata and then go to DB connections, right click, and then create connection. I'll say one more time as well. Go to metadata, right click, create connections. In that, I'm going to give the name as EDW, Enterprise Data Warehouse. You can give any name. Okay. It will give some warning symbol. You have to fill the purpose and description. It's not mandatory one. Just click on next. Then it will ask for the what kind of connector it is. You can choose the connector. Okay. This kind of database your talent will support. Amazon, Aurora, I think Nancy will know this thing. Arera, Firebird, Greenplum, okay, Hive, IBM DB2, it's very popular database. IBM DB2, Ingress, JDBC, Oracle, and then Oracle service name. You can choose Oracle with service name. You can choose, okay, and then you can give your username password. My username is system. Password is manager. Server name is localhost. Service name for me is I'm using Oracle 19c. Okay, I'm using Oracle 19c. That's why you're using service name is ORCL. For your Oracle 11g, you have to give XC. Nancy or Sushma or Charan, note it somewhere. Using Oracle 11g, service name you have to give XC. I'm using 19c. I'm giving ORCL. Sushma, understood, right?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah, you have to give XC for your Oracle 11g. Okay, I'm going to give ORCL. Now you can give test connections. No need to give any schema as well. Okay, just give click on test connection. It will check your connection. If the connection is established, now what happening? BDW connection successful. Just click on OK. Okay, now you can see the topmost. Nancy, what is the topmost?
Version detected on server in Oracle 19.
I am using Oracle 19C. Okay, this is one of the advanced DB. Currently in the market, you're using Oracle 19C only. No one is using Oracle 11G. Okay, but what I'm trying to say, first work on Oracle 11G, and then later, like 1 or 2 months time, once you complete development, right, uninstall the Oracle 11G, then you can change for Oracle 19C. Okay. Now, now click on finish. Click on finish. Once you click on finish, right, what will happen? You can see your databases. EDW can able to see what you can do, right? You can drag, you can place it over here. It will ask for the list of components. What component in the sense? TDB input Oracle service name, TDB output Oracle service name. I have to choose output because this file is going to be input for me, and then I going to store in the output. TDB output Oracle service name. Just click on this. You will get one record symbol. So this might look like Apple, right? It looks like Apple's color.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can click on the row and main. You can connect like this because I already said to you about the row and main component about you. Row means it will take the batch of records and then it is going to give to another main component. That main component will insert the batch of records. Every 500 records will keep on inserting. Okay, finally going to load in database. That's why giving a row of main. Now what you have to do in the EDW, just double click in the component section. You can able to see the component section. Whatever you given the metadata, right, all kind of informations will be available. Port number, ORCL, schema, I didn't provide anything. Okay, no need of schema as of now. Now, if you want to change any information here, you want to change the repository. If you change the built-in repository, every gray color will be faded out. Then you can change your host name, then you can change your port number, then you can change system, everything you can change. If it is in repository, you can't able to change anything because I'm not able to change anything. See, it's all in the shaded color. The one thing you have to provide table name. What table name I going to give the sense? ETL underscore job one. My table name is ETL underscore job one. Table name is. Then action on table. What action are you going to perform, Nancy? Out of this, what action are you going to perform in the sense? Drop table if exist and create. I will say the difference one by one. Okay, bits of time is there. Yeah, drop table if exist and create. What's the meaning of the sense? I will explain here. Drop table. Can you help me on this? Drop table if exist and create. What's the meaning of this?
Actually, if the table is already available, it will drop and it will recreate
recreate the table. That's the meaning. Saran, what is happening, right? If the table is already available in the database, it will drop the table.
It will be deleted. Yes, we delete a new file will be created.
And then create a new DDL. And create the new DDL. Okay. Second option you can see. What is meant by clear table if does not exist? Sushma, what is meant by create table if does not exist?
If table is not exist already, then it will create a table, new table.
You create a table. Then what about this option? First option, second option.
The drop and create table, right? So first it will drop. If table is already here, then it will drop and create a table.
Okay. What about truncate one?
It will delete the table.
Yeah, no, it won't read.
delete the data inside
Data in the table alone it will delete.
Yeah. DDL
Okay,
will be there.
Okay.
DDL will be there and data will be lost. Okay. But this truncate table with reuse storage in the sense will truncate all the records. The storage can be used for some other tables. Okay. This thing will become a development. Nothing to worry. Just use this option alone. Drop table, existing create, you choose. Okay. And then what you have to do, you click on this thing. Okay. You have to see this mapping. Everyone, it's very important because it is schema. The left hand side, what are the mapping is there, right? This from the input side. This for the input side. This is the output side. This left hand side is input, right hand side is the output. This for EDW, this for the staging area. Now we want to see the both mapping are correct. Now here look at carefully. Here you have to see. Or Nancy, this the data type is belongs to the ETL data types. ETL data types. This data types belongs to our Oracle database type. You can see In the ETL they're using integer, but in Oracle they're using int. Okay, but in ETL they're using string, they're using varchar2. I'm saying the data types. Hello.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like this you can able to see all these informations, because you are extracting the data and then inserting the database. You have to change the data type as well. While creating DDL, what you have to do, you have to give the data types. It will automatically get the DDL. Nothing to worry. Okay, you don't need to create any DDLs in the database. That's why I given this option. What option is given? Drop table if existent data given, and then what will happen based on the schema. This is schema. I'm saying based on the schema and data type, it will create a new DDL for you in the database. And then once it's completed, what you have to do is click on sync columns. Sync columns means whatever the left hand side is available, come to the right hand side. Okay, click on OK. That's it. And then what action you want to perform? What action you want to perform in the sense insert, update, insert or update, update or insert, delete. These kind of actions we have to do, but it's the initial load. I'm going to perform only insert. Okay, now nothing to worry. Just do one thing, clear, and then run. That's it. Unique constraint. Wait. Unique constraint. Unique constraint is violated. 1 minute. Because I choose an employee ID, right? I choose one employee ID. That employee ID is not a unique one. See, the employee ID I choose, right? I choose as a key here. That the employee ID is not a unique one. What you have to do? You have to go to the file delimited, CRM, and then expand this, and then remove this key as of now. Okay, because this employee ID is not a unique one, it's having some duplicate. That's why it's showing error, I guess. Yeah, because the error is showing like whatever the employee ID chosen, it's connecting some duplicates. Okay, now we can see what's the status of now. What's the exit code? 0 means success, 1 means error. Now I got exit code as 0. The entire data is loaded into the EDW, Enterprise Data Warehouse. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use SQL Developer. What is SQL Developer is? SQL Developer for connecting the Oracle database. SQL Developer, where's my SQL Developer? You can open the SQL Developer here. And then, Charan, what is the table name for this?
Customer data.
No. Table name is you can see here. What table name I given over here?
ETL job one underscore job.
ETL underscore job one. This is the table name I can given over here. You can go to SQL Developer and then you can see all the records.
ETL table one records. Okay.
Yeah, you can see all the records. Why are taking time today in the sense you can load huge amount of data, not only 52 records. You can load like 8 million records, 9 million records. You can load and then you can play the data. Year after, I should not see anyone using any other websites. Nancy, for you. Okay.
And I have a doubt actually. While if you have made the data ready in this Talent Open Studio, what will be the file format at the end after loading, after making ready? You made the file.
Yeah, Charan, hold a minute. First, I'll show the results and then I'll come to your point. Okay, because I said it's 1 hour, only 2 minutes more.
Okay.
I'll complete things and then I will answer for your queries. What are queries you have, right?
Okay.
That will do all kind of transformations, cleansing, everything you can do. What are you doing SQL query, right? Everything you can do over here. Okay. Now what I'm going to show here, only 2 minutes more. I will show here, expand. Like this, you will also have one ID will be there for connecting the Oracle database. This SQL developer is IDE. It's not a database. It's not a database. It's IDE. You can go. You can see all the records. Hereafter, I want to see like you are playing with 8 lakh records or 8 million records, not like 20 records or 30 records. You can see, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, you can see all the records. Just I recorded only like 50 records I loaded. Okay, like this, I'm going to give some big files to you. Okay, load all the files. Okay, this is my thing. Now, what question you have?
What's the file format and location?
Yeah, yeah. Can I close this thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This is how you have to do. And then normal SQL query you can do all kind of transformation cleansing you can do in SQL query itself. Okay. Now,
Okay.
I'll come to your question. Now, before that, one small step I want to do. Okay. What a step in the sense. Okay. Now, oh yeah. Nancy, in a project, there are 4 downstream systems is there. 4 downstream systems is there. Okay. The 4 downstream systems, they asking the same data. They asking the same data. Now, I'm going to change this name. Okay. I'm going to change the name. The view, if you click the component and click on view, I'm going to change the name. I'm going to give the downstream system name as streams. Name is streams. Component, Control C, Control V. You're getting, you can again go and change the name. Click this component and then go to view and then there's another system called Piper. Sushma, aware this name and all. Piper. Sushma?
No, no, Rajesh. No,
No,
not aware.
in British telecommunication, you will be seeing all these words, right? Streams, Piper. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
but
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
related to
saying.
this. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, yeah, same name only giving. It's not. It's see. It's in the BD project. They use this kind of names. Okay. Nancy, don't get confused.
Okay,
Okay. You can give ABC also. Okay. These are downstream system names.
Okay.
Again, click on the view. Again, I'm going to give streams Piper and then IRS2. In BTA, I'm familiar with this word streams Piper and C. What I'm going to do? I'm going to click on the Piper and I'm going to change the table name. Instead of ETL job 1, I'm going to give ETL job 2. This table name, what I'm going to give? ETL job 3. Totally 3 different tables are there. ETL job 1, job 2, job 3 is there. Okay. Now, your downstream systems, what they're asking, right? They're asking same data. The multiple system are the same data. At the time, what you have to do, right? Saran, you understood, right? The same data, multiple downstream system are the same data. Same customer data. Time what you have to do, you have to use one more component called t-replicate. Okay. You want to see the family, what family it belongs to. See, you can type over here. First, you want to see the family, which family you are taking. Component family. Okay, just come over here. What's the family of this component?
Orchestration.
Orchestration. It's an orchestration means continuous data flow. Okay, that's orchestration. Take the t-replicate component. Sushma, can you say what's the meaning of t-replicate? From this word itself, you can say.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It will replicate the same data in all 3
Same
tables. I mean, all 3 downstream.
all 3 downstream systems. Just connect on row main component, click here, and
Yeah,
then row, and then
connect
connect
all
on
3
all 3
one by
like this.
one, all 3.
Okay, like this. You can give a pink color also. Okay, you can give any colors. I'm using green color, right? Backend. You can give pink
Yeah.
color. All kind of stuff you can do. Now again same
Okay.
thing. Now you might have a question like Charan having a question. Why you are running in Windows? You saying all will be running in Unix servers. Why you running in Windows? For designing purpose, I'll use Windows. Okay. I will make this entire job as one jar file. I will deploy in the only Unix servers. Unix servers. Okay. For designing purpose, I'll use Windows. And then this file location is there, right? What are the file location given here, right? This file location I have to give the Unix location I have to provide. Can you see the location, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
got it.
Because very convenient. If you go to that Linux box, right? No one give the GUI. All the servers.
Okay.
You can't able to design the office for Windows is very flexible. Now you can see all the 3 tables that is loaded. 52 records, 52 records. How many seconds it took? 2.4 seconds, 1.4 seconds, 1.1 second, 2 seconds. Okay, the same data and put into 3 different downstream systems. Okay. Now, here after 3 people, I should not see anybody working with the W3 schools or some other thing. Okay. Here after you should work only in the Oracle, then only you'll get more knowledge. Okay. Now I'll stop here itself. Nancy, you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Nothing to worry, Nancy. I think you're thinking like it's not sufficient. See, this much things I
It's
took.
not. I'm not saying it's not sufficient. I can
Yeah,
understand because we are just loading. Since we are working in the other sites, you want us to work with the bulk data. That's why we have.
Bulk, bulk data, and then you can see this much jobs you have people have worked. Okay, like there's so much complexities they worked. Multi-threading concept. There's so much things is there. A number of stuff is there. Okay, as of now, this is a one job. Actually, one job. Yeah, you might have another question to me. Like you said, only loading of data. What about unloading? Unloading, it's very simple. Okay, what unloading you can do, right? You can use one more component called T file output delimited. If you are using T file output delimited, whatever data is in the database is going to extract as file. You're going to extract as a file. Understood, right? Already I'm loading the file into database. Okay, now again it's unloading. Unloading means understood, right? From the table, I'm going to unload the data as a file. Okay, you're going to use one component called T file output delimited. This for writing the data into the file. Writing the data into the file. What you have to do? Okay, you have to give the path where I want to save the data as a file. Sushma, understood, right? Now the data loaded database.
Rajesh.
After that, I want to go into extract as a file. Okay, if your downstream system are asking some files, then you have to provide. Okay, because your downstream system sometimes they won't have database. They have only servers. In servers they need only files. Okay, other time you can use T file output delimit component. T file input delimiter only for reading the files. It's for T file input delimiter. T file input delimiter for reading the files. T file output delimiter for writing the files. Now just click the component and give some click this component and then give the path. What I can do, I can give some path. Okay, ETL. I can go back. And then one update I have to give after this. Don't upgrade to Windows 11. I'm facing so much difficulties. Okay, my previous Java prompts, some Python prompts not running that much efficiently. Don't upgrade to Windows 11. If you are upgrading Windows 11, you should have some SSD drives. SSD means solid state drive. Instead of hard drive, you should have SSD. Then your system performance will be good. Okay. If you are using any hard drive, don't upgrade to Windows 11. I will talk later.
Rajesh, in my system, I have the Windows 11 only. I mean,
Only
the license
what
version.
it's a hard drive or SSD.
SSD. No, in a hard drive, not SSD. In a hard drive. I mean, I purchased the
Yes.
HP laptop.
Okay,
So
SSD that much performance not that much good. Okay, because when the OS is booting up, okay, it will there won't be that much faster. Okay, it will take some time to boot up, and then if you are running some software, it will take some time because if you use SSD, the read times of that SSD will be very more when compared to hard drives. Okay, leave that thing. I'm going to create a folder. Okay, I'm going to create a folder called new folder and then extracts. Extracts, and then open the folder and then go to this folder. Yeah, and then click on open. And then I'm going to give some name like ds.csv files. And then what row separator is /n. Next line, and then what delimiter required. And see what delimiter required, comma delimiter. Okay, field separators, comma separator, and then finally going to run the job. Okay, in that log, yeah, once it completed, you can able to go and see the file. Okay, this is the location of file location. You go to the ETL data. ETL, wait, ETL data, data, practice files, extract from folder will be there. Can you able to see the data, right? I'll open with, yeah, show more options. Edit with Notepad++. Yeah, can able to see the dsv.csv files. You can see all the data. Whatever in the table, right? You can able to see all the data. This is how you can do the loading and unloading. Loading.
Rajesh, sorry to interrupt, but header didn't come, right? Suppose that we want to see the header as well.
Header as well means you have to choose one header and see.
Okay.
Include header you can
Okay,
give,
Rajesh.
and then you can compress zip file also, and then you can do append mode also. So much options are there. See, like 1 hour is sufficient for me. Okay, there are n number of things there. Advanced settings, you can see this much options. Okay, and then one more important thing I have to say, and one more important thing I have to say. Go to advanced settings, remove this option. First time the file will be created. Second time if you're running means, see, I'm running for second time, going through error. Now Nancy will identify the issue and then I'll say what's the error. I'm pasting this in Notepad++. Nancy, see the issue. Leave as it is. Read from here. Read the line of 5.
A file already exists.
File already exists. If you want to overwrite
If you
the
want
file,
to overwrite, please uncheck the throw an error if the file already exists option in advanced settings.
Advanced setting. Then what you have to do, right? Go to your advanced
So
settings.
in advanced setting, uncheck the option.
Yeah. In that you can get some error. Will get okay. You can able to easily highlight. Double click this thing, and then you can go to advanced settings, and then you can remove the option. First time it won't throw any error. Second time it will throw the error. Okay, remove the option. And now Sushma asked about the header, right? Now you'll see the header part. Now Sushma asked about the header part. We'll ask for S to reload. Sushma got the header, right?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah, like there are n number of options is there. Okay, like if you are you can do n number of things in using components. If you put in Java, you can play. Sushma, you can play here. Like you know Java, right? You can
Yeah.
write some. You can write some custom code also. T Java. You can able to see, right? T Java Flex, T Java Row. Because
Yes.
this tool is designed by the Java framework. I can see the code also. So the code. See, you can, if you know Java, you can play the tool. You can see the code, right? Java code.
Yes.
Those who are need more pay, they can use this tool, because those who know Java well, they can touch this tool. Okay. Because if no one knows the code, right, they can only use multiple components. For example, for simple task, you want to use components. If you know the code, right, with a single code, you can able to achieve this thing. Okay. Sometimes what I will do, right, directly I'll write some code here itself instead of dragging some components, right, I'll write some code itself. Okay, this kind of flexibility will available in the Talent, but in any tool, if you take Informatica, any other tools, it's very tough to write the code, because we have to write in the C++ and then you have to convert it, you want to compile and then you want to change. But here directly you can write the Java code. You know very well. If you don't know Java, no issues. You can use some components and then you can be able to achieve it. 90% of things without code you can be able to achieve. Okay. Now, wait, I'll stop my recording. Now,